Chapter 5, Mishnah 1. The Mishnah continues the discussion of the previous chapter regarding truma that became mixed in a chulin. This Mishnah teaches what to do if there is not enough non-truma produce in the mixture to nullify the truma. We now turn to the words of the Mishnah. If a se'av truma that is tameh fell into less than 100 se'av chulin, meiser rishon, meiser sheni, or hekdesh, temple property, the law is that whether the produce into which the truma fell is tameh or tahor, they are all left to rot. Since there are less than 100 sa'ah of non-truma produce, there is not enough produce to nullify the truma. Even a kohen may not eat truma that is tameh, therefore the entire mixture must be left to rot. The Mishnah moves on to discuss situations where the truma that fell into the other produce was tahor. The law in such situations depends on whether the produce into which the truma fell was chulin or not. First, the Mishnah teaches what should be done if truma fell into chulin that was tahor. If the sa'ah of truma was tahor, and it fell into less than 100 sa'ah of chulin that was also tahor, the mixture contains truma, which must be given to a kohen without charge, and chulin, for which the owner may accept payment. Therefore, the mixture is sold to the kohanim at the cheaper price of truma. Besides, for the value of the sa'ah of truma that fell in, which must be given to the kohanim without charge, the mixture may be eaten only by kohanim, since the truma was not nullified. Meiser rishon must be given to a Levi, who separates trumas meiser from the meiser. Like trumas meiser must be given to a kohen. The Mishnah now teaches what should be done if the truma fell into meiser rishon, from which trumas meiser had not been separated. If the truma tahora fell into less than 100 sa'ah of meiser rishon, from which trumas meiser had not yet been separated, he should give the entire mixture to a Levi, and the Levi should designate the meiser rishon as trumas meiser for other meiser rishon that he has. The mixture now contains truma and trumas meiser, which is given to a kohen at no charge. Finally, the Mishnah teaches what should be done if trumas tahora became mixed into meiser sheni or hekdesh. If the truma tahora fell into less than 100 sa'ah of meiser sheni, which may not be eaten outside of Jerusalem unless it is redeemed, or into hekdesh, which may not be eaten at all without being redeemed, then the meiser sheni or hekdesh in the mixture should be redeemed. The mixture is then sold to the kohanim at the cheaper price of truma, besides for the value of the sa'ah of truma, which is given to them at no charge. Having completed its discussion of truma that fell into produce that is tahor, the Mishnah now turns to truma tahora that fell into chulin that is tameh. As with truma tahora that fell into produce that is tahor, the mixture is sold to a kohen without charging him for the truma. However, he must make sure that the truma does not become tameh. Now, as a rule, food can become tameh only if it was first prepared for tuma by becoming wet from one of the 7 specific liquids: dew, water, wine, oil, blood, milk, and honey. See Machshirin 7:4. Furthermore, food transmits tuma only when it is at least the size of an egg. See Orla 2:4-5. The Mishnah applies these rules to our case. If the chulin into which the teruma fell was tameh, the produce may be eaten, only dried or toasted. The kohen may not make the produce into dough, since it will become tameh when it comes into contact with water. Or the produce should be kneaded with fruit juice, such as berry juice or pomegranate juice, because these juices do not make food prepared for tuma. Or it should be divided into small portions of dough, such that there is not an egg's volume in any one place. Each portion of dough is kneaded separately. In such a case, the dough can even be kneaded with water, because less than an egg's volume of food could not transmit tuma.